to be quick. I knew this would be a challenge. That's why it's fantasy football face punch. It's right in your face. It's quick, and it'll be done. Number 4, take that. Okay. Number 5, fantasy football list of commandments. Don't jump on tight ends or Ds too early. All right. Ask it. My good friend EC is in the okay. Krieger, he's in there as now. Is in the chat room. Oh, he was. He's gone. Anyhow, this guy last year takes the Bears D before he takes a quarterback. Yeah. Needless to say, he didn't make the playoffs and finished again with one of the worst records in our league, 2nd year in a row. I'm just saying, that's what happened. It's silly. You don't, even though it's a sexy pick, everybody loved the Bears. Everybody loved their extra, their special teams and their defense going into last season. Everybody wanted the Bears. But still, you don't take them until later. Don't take a tight end. Don't take Antonio Gates in the 3rd or 4th round. Be smarter than that. All right, that's a tight end. You want to fill in the rest of your starting lineup before you start taking tight ends or defenses. Trust me. You want your quarterback. You want whatever running backs you're going to plug in there. You want whatever wide receivers you have to plug in there, with the exception of maybe one. You might be able to leave one wide receiver spot open and take a pretty high-quality tight end, but don't go taking them so early. Right? Oh, Krieger's back in here. All right, Krieger, I was pointing out last year how you took a defense before a quarterback. Didn't you? Wasn't that you? Or was that Wilson? No. Wilson had Carson Palmer. That was you. Can't do that. Anyhow, you learned. He learned. Number 6. You ready for this? Don't jump on rookies early in your draft, okay? Don't. Listen, I know how nice McFadden looks. I know. And now I'm not saying he's not going to be a quality back. But don't go in thinking that you're drafting the next Adrian Peterson, so you're taking McFadden in the 1st round. Don't listen. Remember Cadillac Williams? Remember his first season, his rookie season? And after that season, he was automatically propelled into the elite status almost of running backs. He was 1st rounder in every draft after his rookie season. Does everybody remember that with Cadillac? Now, I'm not saying that Adrian Peterson is Cadillac Williams. I'm just saying you don't see every year a super stud fantasy running back as a rookie. It doesn't happen. You don't know what you're getting with the rookie. All right, you just don't know. Reggie Bush had more hype coming in than Adrian Peterson. Who would you rather have? You just don't know. And Darren McFadden, everybody wants to get this year's AP. Listen, who was the AP before AP, right? Who was the year before's AP? Who was the year before that? Like, there wasn't one, right? You don't see AP every single season. You just don't. You just don't. All right? We were lucky to see a season like Adrian Peterson had last year. We were lucky to see that. You don't see it every single year. It just doesn't happen. I got to get going here. So don't jump on rookies early. Let other people take them. Take them later. I got Joseph Adai our first year in like the 12th round. Now he's my featured back. You see what I'm saying? Let other people jump on them early. You take the promising guys later. Take a Jonathan Stewart. Take a Matt Forte. Take a Kevin Smith. Let somebody else gamble on Darren McFadden with an early pick. You take somebody consistent. Number 7, Number 8, don't buy into bad teams equal bigger passing numbers. That's not always true. Everybody says, oh, well, you got to take, they're always going to be losing, so there's going to have to be passing a lot. Therefore, you want John Kitna from Detroit. Whoa. Hold on. Oh, okay, this is great. I just got news from our good friend Hardcore Rob that Marty McFly, host of the Conspiracy Corner, which comes on right after our show, won't be in until 7:45 tonight. All right, so I can go a little bit later if need be, and I think I might need to go just a little bit later, but not too much, because I really want to try to fit this into a half hour, because I have to start working at that. It's going to be hard for me. I'm long-winded. I have a lot to say. Okay, don't buy into bad teams equal bigger passing numbers. It doesn't always work like that. Yes, it does sometimes, but remember that bad teams are bad because they don't score. All right, so sure, Kitna had a massive yards last year, not a lot of touchdowns. Know what I mean? So don't buy into that, and don't base your season around that. Don't, especially with wideouts. Wideouts on bad teams, you want to think, well, that means they're going to have to be throwing the ball more. Well, they might not be able to get that receiver the ball. That's why that team's bad. Think. Good players equal good production. Good players on good teams equal good production. Good players on bad teams, risky. Average players on bad teams that you think are going to get numbers just because their team's losing all the time, go ahead and take them. See what happens. Have fun with Reggie Brown. Have fun, yeah, I don't think Philadelphia will be good. Anyhow, Krieger, I know I talk a lot. I just said that. I can't help it. Long-winded. A lot to say about fantasy. I have a lot to say about fantasy football. I think I was actually going in like, oh man, I wonder what I'm going to talk about. Now I don't even have time. Number 9. And this is one of my favorite fantasy football rules. Don't draft Kevin Jones or Lee Evans. Don't draft Kevin Jones or Lee Evans. All right. Just trust me that they will disappoint you year in and year out. And every year, at least Lee Evans is ranked in the top 25 wide receivers in every magazine I read. He never finishes there. He's awful. He's disappointing. He's terrible. He'll have a brilliant game, a terrific game. 5 catches, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. Whoa! Follow that up with a 1-catch, 7-yard performance. This is not a guy you want in your lineup every week. You don't. I've had them both on my team several times. I keep getting sucked in. Like I said, every season's a learning experience. I've learned not to take them. All right? Not out of the free agent pool, not in the draft, not ever. No Kevin Jones, no Lee Evans. Trust me. I don't care what team Kevin Jones is on now. Trust me. Both of those guys are capable of having huge games and following those games up with not even showing up. Yeah, that's right. I will do as I say, not as I do. Here we go. Number 9. Don't abandon your team, and this is after the draft. Don't abandon your team based on a slow start. Okay? Don't, like last year. Our buddy Schwinn had Drew Brees. All right, Drew Brees. And you guys probably remember how slow of a start he got off to. I think in his first 4 games he had 1 touchdown and 9 interceptions. All right, Schwinn drops Drew Brees, just flat out drops him into the free agent pool. And what's he do? He goes on to become one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league, I think, last year. Pardon me. And now Schwinn doesn't have him. I think Diggs picked him up, and it screwed over our whole league. Don't abandon your team. Sometimes guys start out slow. All right, but good players are good players. They don't forget in the offseason how to be good. All right, if you know you got a fantasy stud, a good player, and he's not old, and he's not in a bad situation, just for some reason things aren't clicking yet, don't give up. All right, don't give up. Maybe you want to bench him a couple weeks and put somebody else in, that's fine, but don't just abandon him altogether. All right, you drafted this guy for a reason, stick by him. Trust me.